What's good, ladies and gentlemen, bitches? Welcome back to the channel and the Burnley FC FIFA 18. Why do I struggle with this introduction? So I don't know what it is. Burnley FC FIFA 18 career mode, episode 32, I believe. And we're getting back into action. It's been been about a week, 5 days since we done the last episode. I mean, I don't need to keep explaining. There's a lot of games out. There's a lot on this channel. I can't always focus on FIFA, but we're trying to get back into it. Yeah, so we're getting back in. We're not too close to the end of the season, but we're getting there. Especially, I was at the point of recording this. I was recording a lot in bulk as well, and recording like 4 games per episode. We can finish a lot quicker than most people. And Adam Milson starting up front. He's been hitting form recently. Been scoring a lot more goals, and he almost scored the spectacular right there with a little bit of Brazilian flair right there with Adam Milson on the bicycle kick. And I really feel like this guy has potential. If he could keep up the form that he's hitting right now, he's not scoring any fantastic goals, but he's finding the back of the net. And Carlos Zambrano does that again. This guy is a real threat from centre-back. You can see that we're actually playing him alongside Matt Miazga again. Matt Miazga really starting to break through into the starting lineup. Well, obviously, Ben Mee decided to leave us at the end of the season. I did say I'm going to focus probably on trying to get Miazga in at the beginning of the next season. Because like I said, when I have played Miazga, he's been pretty good. He's been solid. And especially now that I've brought these two in as a back two, they've looked pretty strong. And we get another corner right here. Rooney whips into the box. It's headed by Cathcart, I believe. And it falls to Scott Sinclair, the player who was voted player of the season so far. Puts the ball in the back of the net. His finishing looked a little bit suspect in recent episodes, recent games. But nothing wrong with that finish right there. Just getting in first, poking it past the keeper. Wayne Rooney again, you'll see, it's actually a Watford player who heads it. And it falls to Scott Sinclair. And he, like I said, just gets there before the keeper, pokes it past him. Not too much the keeper can do. Not too much that any of the defenders can. Well, I mean, the initial header could have been a lot better. But Scott Sinclair scores his 5th goal of the season. You're going to see we have a lot of players who are on 5 goals or in around 5 goals this season. I feel like we've been scoring a lot more goals, but we don't really have one player who's scoring the goals, basically. But Pozuelo, who's had another brilliant season, like I said, turning around, getting around his man, finding his way into the box, and with 30 minutes into the game, we have an opportunity to go 3-0 up in this one at Turf Moor against Watford. And Cathcart, captain for Watford, taking Pozuelo down. He done brilliantly to get into the box. And Wayne Rooney, our captain since Ben Mee has left the team, steps up to take the penalty. And Wazza, what more can you... What do you expect from Wazza? He steps up for the penalty spot and puts it away. 30 minutes into the game pretty much, and we are 3-0 up. Last episode was the kicking it into high gear episode, where we really started performing and we started scoring goals, looking solid defensively. And it looks like we're going to continue it, at least to begin this episode off, because we're 3-0 up against Watford, like I said. And Wayne Rooney, our highest scoring player of the season so far, scores his 9th goal in the Premier League. So, I mean, it's not really terrible. I mean, I said we don't have one player standing out. Wayne Rooney, I guess, is the player standing out. Brilliant skill from Scott Sinclair, finding Pozuelo. He's going to square it to Adam Milson, and Adam Milson gets another goal. He's really stepping it up, like I said. But, I mean, the creators, Scott Sinclair and Pozuelo, are the ones who created it. Pozuelo ended up putting it on a plate for Adam Milson. I need to find out Adam Milson's first name, bro. I mean, do we know actually he's Brazilian? I mean, it's only right that he just has the first name of Adam Milson. It would be nice if he could really step up and become a real predominant figure. I mean, hold down that starting lineup and score around 15 goals a season for us. If he could do that, I'd be kind of happy. A nice little Brazilian getting the goals for us. Watford 54 minutes into the game, really starting to try and do it. Miazga with a slide tackle, didn't get enough onto it. Peñaranda puts it back post, and it's a good little effort at the far post from Decore, I think it is. Or no, that's Isaac's success, surely. But after having nothing to do all game, Paul Lopez did stay awake, and he was able to save it. And we do leave with all 3 points, putting on a performance for fans at Turf Moor. Scott Sinclair getting the man of the match performance, 2 key passes, and a goal for the wide English midfielder. And I have enjoyed using him, but he is getting a little bit older. So while I'm not one to... everyone seems to replace their players as soon as they turn 30 years old. As soon as they show any sign of decreasing in stats. I'm not that type of person. While I'm not going to replace him instantly, we may look into finding someone. Well, while I'm not going to sell him instantly, is what I'm trying to say. We might look into finding someone who can do the job as well long term. But looking into this, Olympiacos, we had a game against Olympiacos in the Europa League, and I didn't sim it. I did play it, and it's another one of them issues. I'm realizing it's the Mac. Obviously, I got a Mac now, which I've been recording off of, and sometimes it stops recording in the middle of your recording. So I'm trying to figure out how to stop that. But yeah, I did record that match, but lost all the footage. So we have to skip the first game, basically. I can't show you the first game. This is the second leg that we are getting into. We did play the games 2 in a row, and you can see we drew the first leg 1-1, and it was a tougher match. Obviously, like I said, we've been scoring a lot more goals recently. It wasn't as a freer scoring match as we have been having recently. A lot tougher as you would expect in the Europa League. And of course, we're playing against Alab Dalawi's former side, a team that he played for this season, obviously joining us in January. And he starts at right back at the beginning of this fixture. And it's a similar lineup: Sinclair, Adam Milson and Juricic, Pozuelo, Wayne Rooney and Classy Manquillo. Matter of fact, it's the exact same lineup that we played against Watford. This is pretty much becoming our strongest squad. Miazga and Zambrano at the back again, of course. They're pretty solid. I mean, I'm happy with it. And we got to think long term. We have to think long term. If Ben Mee isn't going to be here next season, is there any point in really pushing him? Especially considering recently he had been dropping off in performances just a little bit. But Olympiacos got some dangerous players. For Tunis in attacking midfield is definitely their standout player. We've got to watch out for him. They get a ball on the right hand side, and early on from Karim they did get a huge chance, and obviously we have the away goal. But if we can't keep a clean sheet in this one, they're going to have a away goal of their own, and we're going to have to worry about away goals coming into effect. 12 minutes in, Adam Milson at that near post. I've said it before, this guy, he seems to be really strong from that near post from corners. He seems to get in good positions and win headers. But again, Olympiacos coming forward, Karim turning it inside out, playing it into them again and again. It's another poor finish from the Olympiacos forward, pretty much straight into the hands of Pau Lopez. Rooney putting it into the box, and Matt Miazga rises highest and heads into that near post. Olympiacos player on the line, but he couldn't get high enough to get rid of it, and we take a 1-0 lead at Turf Moor in the Europa League. So if we could keep it as it is right now, we will go through to the next round. Obviously, if Olympiacos score the next goal, it will go to extra time. And again, I mean, it's one of them results where it can go either way with the away goals rule. I mean, we have to be real careful as it stands. Miazga gets his first goal in the Europa League, but into the second half we're creating again. Adam Milson is going to play a nice ball in behind to Scott Sinclair, who pulls it back to Adam Milson again. And like I said, he's not scoring the best goals in the world. He scored another pullback in the last episode. Not in the last episode, in the last match against Watford, he scored a pullback. He's not scoring the best goals, but at least now he's starting to get on the score sheet, which he wasn't doing earlier on in his Burnley career. And again, that emphasizes why you don't just get rid of a player if they're not performing off the bat. You need to learn how to use players sometimes, how to adjust to their style of play. Same goes with Belfodil. Earlier on, he wasn't finding the back of the net. He came back from injury and he started finding the back of the net. Then obviously, he's got another injury, and Adam Milson stepped in. And he's taken his opportunity so far. But we're 2-0 up now, 3-1 on aggregate. And Olympiacos obviously have to find 2 goals to go through. And they will go through if they find 2 goals on that away goals ruling. They're coming forward now, attacking a lot more. Figueras is going to go down the right-hand side. He's going to find Pardo. And at the back post, a huge opportunity right there. And that header has to find the back of the net. Only under 10 minutes to play now. And they got another corner. They're really attacking. And Manquillo heads that one off of the line to keep us right in our 2-goal lead. Pardo now again putting the ball into the box. Pau Lopez comes and collects. And he's going to start a counter-attack right here as he lays it into Wayne Rooney. And the pass right there, you can see it. Pozuelo is the player he finds. And he's going to find Adam Milson. All the pace in the world with an open field. And Adam Milson puts it in the back of the net. And we're going to leave Turf Moor 3-0 winners in this Europa League fixture. A lot of an easier match. I mean, I wouldn't say this match is easy at all, but it was a lot easier than the first leg when we drew 1-1. And it shows in the scoreline because we did walk out comfortable winners in the end. And again, another Player of the Month award for Wayne Rooney. This man has stepped up in a big way. I say stepped up, but he's been doing it all season long. What a signing. Burnley FC signing Wayne Rooney for 3.5 million in cash. Obviously, again, we did let a player go to the other side after Everton got relegated last season. We sent someone the other way. And I mean, if Everton don't come back up, I mean, I'd be surprised if they don't come back up. I mean, even if they do come back up, newly promoted side, I'm probably going to look into their team to see if there's anyone I'm interested in. I'm sure there will be, because Everton do have a squad full of talented players, despite the fact that they haven't been performing in real life and on career mode. I might have to have a look and see what I can get from them next season. But coming with this lineup again, we're playing the same back four. Miazga, Zambrano, Manquillo, and Abdullahi. Midfield, Classy, Rooney, Pozuelo, Jurcic, Adam Milson, and Sinclair. The same team again. Players like O'Neill made the bench with Robbie Brady. We're finding a little bit of security with the lineup. Like a little bit of consistency is the word I'm looking for. Jurcic, a little bit quiet in this episode so far, but getting a chance right there, firing across the goal. And you might not have been able to see it, but it was a save from Adrian. Just getting a fingertip on it. Brilliant save from the Spanish goalkeeper. Is Adrian Spanish? Yeah, he must be. It must be Spanish. But we get a corner from the same attack, and Adam Milson again at that near post with the header. He gets his head on them near post corners, and he scores again. This man is stepping up and getting his name on the score sheet, making a name for himself finally after signing in the summer. Didn't do too much. I mean, he scored a few goals in the Europa League, but I mean, he still didn't impress me too much, which is why he didn't get starts. Now, I can't not give him starts. Like, I wouldn't be able to justify not starting him in a match, even after Belfodil comes back. When Belfodil comes back, obviously, we're going to give him a chance because he was doing the same thing, really, before he got injured. But we're certainly not going to put him straight into the team. You see a little bit of a glitch in the recording right there. Again, that's something I'm trying to work out with the Mac. But Juricic coming down the right-hand side, leaving his man for dead, and an outstanding finish from the Serbian, putting us 2-0 up. We are really starting to control matches and be a lot more clinical. And it's something we didn't do enough last season, which really, I did say at the beginning of the season, if we could do this more in games like this, games that we would have lost last season, we really have a chance of getting top 4. And again, like I did mention a few episodes back, we are even in with a chance to win the league this season, which is absolutely huge. I mean, if we keep up performances like this, I see no reason why, because, I mean, last season, you know, we started the season really poorly, and we had a amazing end second half to the season. And so far, it's looking like we might even have an even better second half to the season. And if we do, we're pretty much guaranteed to win the league as far as I'm concerned. Mikel Antonio with a lucky break, and he does hit the post. Zambrano took him down. To be honest, I don't even know what I was doing. I think I was trying to intercept the pass, but I was just way too late with it. And we ended up taking Mikel Antonio down, and Zambrano was sent off in this match. But again, we're coming forward. Abdullahi, just look at how this man comes forward. I just love it. But it's played back into Jose Pozo. He pulls it back to Wayne Rooney. Saved by Adrian. It's going to fall right here to Manquillo. He crosses it into the box. And Adam Milson again. He's scoring goals with his head, the young man. The Brazilian gets on the score sheet again. His second of the game. Second of the day. His fifth of the episode, I think. He scored 2 here. He scored 1 against Watford. And 1. His 4th for the episode. So this man, 4 goals in 3 games so far. Really stepping it up. And you see he secures himself his 6th goal in the Premier League. I think the goal Jurcic just scored was his 5th. So we have a lot of players around the same area. But look at this pass from Pozo. Finding Sinclair, trying to square it to Adam Milson to complete the hat-trick. But brilliantly intercepted right there. And a little bit of a stat going to come up. I mean, the unsung hero of the team, Jordi Classy, pulling the strings, got an assist. Pass completions outstanding. Jordi Classy is definitely the unsung hero with the team, I'd say. Wayne Rooney, though, going inside. And this finish from the Englishman. Wayne Rooney, ladies and gentlemen, has still got it from the centre midfield position. This man has been brilliant for us. He's taken on the helm of being captain for the team. And Belfodil, as you can see right there, I don't even think I showed that. I think I was meant to show that. But Belfodil did come on the pitch, returned from his injury in this match. Came on for Adam Milson before he could complete the hat-trick. If he would have, I don't know if he would have or not. But Wayne Rooney steps up and scores a goal that's pretty much, I mean, we're pretty sure that's going to end up in goal of the season video at the end of the year. Obviously, I have mentioned, we did do a goal of the season for season 1. If you haven't seen it, go ahead and check it out. Vote. Yeah, but that's that. West Ham did pull one back at the end of the game right here. But it wasn't going to matter in the end. We walked out 4-1 winners, and this is pretty much guaranteed to be our highest scoring episode of the series so far. I mean, we scored 4 in this one. I think we scored 4 against Watford. We scored 3 against Olympiacos. Yeah, it's pretty. I don't know the facts, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be our highest scoring episode of the series. And again, we had to make a change. Ben Mee did come back in, Zambrano being suspended, and he took the captain's armband. Defoe came in the middle, and Ben Woodburn stepped in to play on the left hand side. So a few changes again. Of course, playing in the Europa League, there's a lot of fixture congestion, which we've managed to do pretty well. I'm surprised with how well we've handled it. We haven't had to rotate nearly as much as I thought we would have this season, especially with making as many signings as I do. You guys can see, I thought we'd have to rotate a lot more than we did. Juricic found his way inside though, and takes the shot, which flashes past the goal. It did look a lot closer than it was, as you can see from this replay. It wasn't as close as I first thought, but it was still a good effort from Filip Juricic. Played inside now to Adam Milson, who's going to square it to Juricic, and he's going to finish right here. A lot better than the first time, but it was offside, so the referee did chalk that one off. Jordi Classy again spinning, finding Juricic. He's going to slide it out right to Labdalawi, pushing forward again. And Omar Labdalawi with the finish from a tight angle. The man right here, this dude, bruh, I love, he's made such a difference to us offensively. The way he powers forward, it's with no remorse, with no regard. He just runs forward. And he's technically really good as well, as you can see from this finish. Across the keeper, in off the post, I think. And I mean, just look at how far forward he comes. He runs with such power on the ball. Scores his first goal for Burnley FC. And he's quickly becoming a fan favorite. Well, for me at least, he's becoming a favourite of the team. Aston Villa, obviously sitting in 20th place in the career mode right now. Coming forward. And this is a game we have to win. We've had trouble with games like this. Even against Aston Villa in our first encounter with them. I think we drew it, which we can't afford. Against Aston Villa, we need to be winning games like this. These are the games I said I want to be winning. We get a corner kick. Jeff Hendricks could just come on the pitch and almost scores with his first touch of the game right here. Would have been brilliant if he did. Belfodil came off the bench. I was obviously thinking that this was his first game since injury, but he did come off the bench in the last match as well. But he's back from injury. That's what we're emphasizing. He is back. And now Aston Villa coming forward. Hogan breaking through. A little bit fortunate with how he got through. Pau Lopez again stepping up with an outstanding save. Just getting, you can't even see it in the replay. The faintest touch he managed to get on that one and touch it onto the crossbar. Aston Villa breaking forward again now, 84 minutes in. He's going to play it long up into the air to Mohamed. He's going to square it back to James Chester, the centre-back in the box for Aston Villa, who volleys home. And we dropped points again in a game that we shouldn't. But positive, we are in the top 5, 1 point off of top 4, and just 4 points off of the first place team, which is Liverpool. And I mean, we could definitely win the league. We could most definitely. We've scored a lot more goals than we did last season. One of the highest scoring teams in the league this season. And we've done a lot better defensively as well. One of the lowest conceding teams in the league. So you can see the matter of fact, nope, I was looking at Man United when I said lowest conceding teams. But, I mean, we're still in and around there. We've conceded a lot more. So you can see the difference that we've had between this season and last season. But that's it for today's episode, guys. I love you. I hope you enjoyed it. Peace.